Donc nous continuons pour notre communication. J'appelle monsieur professeur Haithem Derouiche, directeur de Sama Partners Business Solutions d'Allemagne, voilà, pour nous présenter son... allez-y, je vous invite à commencer. Donc ça sera comment la cybersécurité peut aider à accepter le jumeau digital dans le système de santé.
Bonjour à tous. Merci pour votre présence. Et je voudrais m'excuser de parler en anglais parce que ça fait plus que 20 ans que je ne peux pas parler en français. Voilà, je commence avec la Digital Twin. One second. Okay. So the topic of today is how cybersecurity can increase the acceptance of digital twins in healthcare. We will start with a couple of words about us and myself. We are IT security company in Germany, established 2010 with around about 70 people working in the cyber security and artificial intelligence. Yeah, about myself, I'm around about 20 years in the business, working for a couple of companies in the healthcare and pharma industry. And yeah, just keep it brief. We are speaking today about digital twins in healthcare and where they are going, how they are developing and evolving. So speaking about digital twins in healthcare, small introduction. They are built as virtual copies of real-life objects, and they are using complex computer models and structure to make or to help to make clinical decisions and to monitor patients' status. Nevertheless, by combining the knowledge of disease progressions, of the healthcare status, parameters, patients' data, it helps to flag the changes and to help in the interventions on the patients and to stabilize his health status. Where are digital twins in place? So first of all, they are in place in the medicine and device drug developments. By having copies of the patients, we are able to have specific models to make some groundbreaking applications to check the appliance and the applications of the medicine and to see if the expected behavior is in place or we need to make a couple of changes before rolling it out on the patient. The second application field is the patient health monitoring. This is quite critical because depending on the aging society and the demography of the the states, the digital twin can be like a support for the patient, especially in the geriatry when the patient are impacted by dementia, to help them out to keep their health parameters in the range defined. The third topic is the personalized medicine and diagnosis, when for each patient we can create a real biological copy of its behavior, of its pattern, of its algorithm, and there it helps out to have specific medical and treatments and customized treatments like there are now more and more to be found in the pharma industry. Last but not least, when we are speaking about tracking and optimization, we are speaking about business processes in the healthcare, either within a hospital or across different players and stakeholders such as labs, pharmacy, healthcare, etc., and where the digital twin can track across these processes the interaction with the patient and try to optimize the outcome. Future healthcare digital twins are more and more based on artificial intelligence. And with the combination with artificial intelligence, help not only to have the local intelligence that are gained based on the patient parameters, but also to share this intelligence with other digital twins, so-called federated learning or swarm learning, so that all the digital twins can interchange the learning effects, and based on that, just to have a better outcome for the patient. The other path that is more now in the research and implemented in a couple of proof of concepts is the artificial intelligence pattern feeds, so that you have centralized in the cloud models that are based on huge data amounts, such AWS, Amazon are currently doing, or Google, so that providing data feeds, artificial intelligence feeds for the digital twin to optimize the monitoring, the intervention, and the reaction on the patient side. So the artificial intelligence, like mentioned here, I won't read it word by word, can help really to perform the data analysis, to identify the patterns, to identify the behavior of the patient, and just give really a good feedback to the doctor, to the treatment, and to the patient on how to intervene and with precise data. What are the caveats and the issues with the digital twin app today? First of all, we have limited adoption. Can not find it in maybe only in the research groups and organizations, and because of different reasons such data integrity and security. We do miss the standards. That is a big lack of standards. So the government and the international legislators are now asked or requested to come up with an answer for this in order to have the digital twin implemented in a manner that can be really tracked and certified, maybe with the FDA certifications, for example. The topic with the data privacy is quite important. So we are speaking about artificial intelligence, we are speaking about the sharing of the knowledge, of the know-how, of what has been learned locally, but to be able to share this information, we should maybe synchronize and share the knowledge itself, not the information and not necessarily the data. So that's why data privacy is really a big topic, how to share the information between the digital twin or between the digital twin with the doctor to ensure the data privacy, to ensure that the patient and the patient data are kept for the patient and only for the people that are concerned with its treatment, but not for the public, since the data is now the new currency in the dark web. The people are buying data. Last but not least, the topic with the security. Patient data is, like I mentioned, the new currency. There are different interfaces of digital twins towards the sensors, towards the cloud, towards the patients, towards the hospital information systems, radiology information systems, lab information systems, etc. And all these interfaces increases the surface attack, like we say in the cybersecurity, of potential health and risk of the patients. Cybersecurity, this is the topic why I came today to speak of, is an enabler. It's not the only answer, but it's one of the enablers. So we need to ensure the best practices in the conception of basic security features in the digital twin. Yeah? So to have their zero trust approach in order to increase the adoption and transparency. We should also look at the development life cycle. We call it the secure development life cycle of the digital twin, to ensure from the requirement engineering towards the conception, development, and to put it in place that is secure. The deployment of the digital twin, like we know that in the security DevOps or DevSecOps, we are all the time speaking about the development of the digital twin and the deployment, the putting it in operation live. And there we should also ensure that this deployment is secure, since it can be also manipulated or changed in that phase. Digital twins should be protected as of many other medical devices, because it has an impact on the patient, and it is in some of the functions like the monitoring, or maybe when it has to make some intervention with the insulin pump. It's a medical device, so that's why it should be evaluated, tested, and signed off like similar medical devices on the market. Last but not least, the topic with the data integrity, consistency, availability, so it should be there when it's needed. Then we are speaking about topics like business continuity management to ensure that the digital twin is live and it's working, will help really to increase the trust on the digital twins. So to sum it up, looking at the time, cybersecurity, it's not only the answer, it's one of the pillars to ensure that the digital twin are accepted, but it's not the only answer for the acceptance. That is, like I mentioned, the adoption of standards and the availability of the information and the acceptance. And like Madame Mansouri said, it's not only the technology topic, but it's also a cultural topic to be accepted, so it can be rolled out. Yeah. Thank you very much for your time.